Number System Part 2. Today we will learn exercise 1.2. State whether the following statements are true or false. Justify your answer. Every irrational number is a real number. Irrational numbers. As you can see in the diagram, real numbers can be represented as rational numbers plus irrational numbers. All the irrational numbers are included under real numbers. So all irrational numbers will be real numbers. Hence the statement is true here. Next, state whether the following statements are true or false. Justify your answer. Every point on the number line is of the form root m, where m is a natural number. Here m is a natural number they have given. Natural numbers means it will be all the positive numbers. Hence, in the number line we can represent all the positive numbers. But number line contains both negative numbers and positive numbers, and even 0 is there in the number line. You cannot represent using the natural numbers 0 and negative numbers. Hence, the statement is false. Next, every real number is an irrational number. You know that real numbers include rational numbers and irrational numbers. So, real numbers cannot always be irrational numbers. It can also be rational numbers. Hence, the statement of every real number is an irrational number is false, as sometimes real numbers can be rational also. Are the square roots of all positive integers irrational? If not, give an example of the square root of a number that is a rational number. Here, they have told square roots of all positive integers are irrational. Is all the square root of positive integers a number that cannot be represented as fraction? Or is there any number which you can represent it as a fraction? They have asked. False. This statement is false. So let us consider root 9, which is equal to 3, and it can be written as 3 by 1, which is a fraction. Root 4 is equal to 2, which can be written as 2 by 1, which is a fraction. Root 1 is 1, which can be written as 1 by 1. Even this is also a fraction. Hence, square root of positive integers can be fractions also. And sometimes it can be irrationals also. For example, root 2 and root 3. So, both possibilities are there. Next question. Locate root 2 on number line. Here I have taken a right angle triangle and tried to locate root 2 on this right angle triangle. Here the base is 1 centimeter, height is 1 centimeter. Now I will find what is BC using the Pythagoras theorem. You know BC square is equal to AB square plus AC square, and which is a Pythagoras theorem. So BC square is equal to 1 square plus 1 square, and BC square is equal to 2, or BC is equal to root 2. So using this idea, let us now try to locate root 2 on number line. Here are the steps given to locate root 2 on number line. Using these steps, we will try to locate it on the number line. First is draw the number line and draw a line segment AB of length 1 centimeter. I have tried to locate AB on the number line here. Next, with B as center, construct 90 degree and draw the perpendicular line. And after this, from B, take a 1 centimeter in your compass and mark a point on the perpendicular line segment to get point C. Now join AC to get the triangle ABC, right angle triangle ABC. Now using your compass, measure AC. Now you know that AC is root 2, as we have discussed it already. If AB is 1 centimeter and BC is 1 centimeter, its hypotenuse will be root 2. So with your compass, measure the length of AC in your compass, and then you draw an arc that cuts the number line at point D. So now AC and AD are of equal length. Why? Because AC and AD are the radius of the same arc. Hence, AD will also be equal to root 2. So we have located root 2 on number line. Next is, we can do the same type of locating the other numbers on the number line. For example, root 5, we can locate it by taking the base as 2 centimeters and height as 1 centimeter. Then using the Pythagoras theorem, you can tell that hypotenuse will be root 5 centimeter. So let us draw it. In the number line, take the line segment AB is equal to 2 centimeter. Then draw a perpendicular line segment, that is B is equal to 90 degree and BC is equal to 1 centimeter. Mark it using your compass. Then ABC will be our required right angle triangle. Now AC is now root 5 because AB is 2 and BC is 1, and using Pythagoras theorem, if you calculate, you will get it as root 5 centimeter AC. And now using your compass, measure AC, and with that and with A as the center, and with the measurement AC, cut the arc on number line to get the point D. Now AC and AD are of same measurement and AD will give root 5 centimeter on the number line. Next is how to locate root 13 on number line. For this, you take AB is 3 centimeter and AC is 2 centimeter. Then you will get BC will be equal to, or your hypotenuse will be root 13 centimeter. Similarly, you can represent root 10 on number line using AB is equal to 3 centimeter and AC is equal to 1 centimeter to get hypotenuse as root 10 centimeter. Now, to locate root 3 on number line, you have to use a spiral method. How this works is, first you have to locate root 2 on number line, and using that you have to locate root 3. Now first you construct root 2. After that, with C as center, draw a perpendicular line and mark CE is equal to 1 centimeter using your compass and join ACE. Now AE will give you the root 3 value. Take the measurement AC in your compass and then draw an arc from E and cut it on the number line on the point F. So this AF gives you the same value as AE, and AF will be root 3 on the number line. Next, to find root 4, you have to take your protractor and measure 90 degree on the point E with the E as the center, and then draw a perpendicular to AE and 1 centimeter. You take it in the compass and make the point G on the perpendicular line to get AGE triangle, right angle triangle. Then with AG as your measurement, draw an arc from G to the number line to get the point on the number line, say maybe H. Then AH will give you the root 4 value. You know what is root 4 value? It is 2. So you see here you get AH is equal to 2. In the similar way, you can go on doing to get root 5 in the next step, root 6 in the next step, root 7 in the next step. in that way. So this is called as the spiral method. Thank you for watching this video.